Well, aren't you lucky? You found the shittiest weather channel on the internet. Iowa, it's cold out there. It's going to get a little better, though. But first, we're going to talk about a couple storm systems that may bring a little dusting here to the state over the next few days. On your screen right now is the European model. And here at the start of the loop, you can see this band of snow come through, and then poof, it's gone. Where'd it go? Was it dry air? Probably. But that may be enough for trace amounts, maybe a quarter of an inch. We'll look at some models here to get an idea what those forecast totals might be. But then right here at the end of the loop for your Saturday into Sunday, we have another chance at some snow. Again, probably very light nature and not a significant event by any means. Looking at those specific model totals, the European model, not, again, painting a whole lot. And this, again, just sort of disappears here in the center of the state. That's kind of strange. Aside from dry air, I don't have a good explanation for that. Obviously, usually the farther south you go, the more moisture you have coming from the Gulf. However, very little it is during this time of the year. And yeah, so, looking at the northwest part of the state, might get a dusting, and the southeast part of the state might get a little more than a dusting, maybe a half inch for Burlington. This is just one model, one of the global models. We'll take a look at the other main global model, and that is the GFS, or the American model. And its coverage is even less, pretty much nothing for the state here through your Friday morning. And then finally, we'll look at a higher resolution model, a more of a short-term model. This is the NAM 3K, and it might pick up a little more precipitation because it does have more detail in its modeling. So those small little stray snow showers are more likely to be represented in this model versus the prior two we just looked at. And you can kind of see there's just like a little more rigidness and detail in those totals being represented as opposed to just having complete whiteout here in the center of the state. So, but at any rate, not looking at a whole lot. Maybe a little more down here in Burlington. This might be overdoing it. It's just kind of like the last storm. We're going to be on the edge of one storm to the south and then this little clipper from the north. And those totals could vary. And it's hard to pin down until right before the event itself. Currently, though, most of the Midwest is clear. There's no warnings, watches, or advisories until you get down here basically south of I-70. Then we run into some winter weather advisories, a winter storm warning, winter storm watch, and that's for a system that's working its way out of the southwest. Not any concern here directly in Iowa. One more night of cold, not as bad, about 10 degrees, maybe 15 degrees warmer than it has been here for your overnight. Tomorrow, oddly, maybe the warmest day of the week. Highs are going to be generally around 30 across the entire state. And for the third video in the row, our Friday highs have downtrended even further. When we first looked at Friday a couple days ago, it was going to be nice, balmy 35 degrees in Des Moines, but we're not even going to break the freezing mark. Lastly, a little bit further look into the future. This is 180 hours, which puts us into Wednesday of next week. And I just want you to notice this blue, purple, that's well below average temperatures. Basically a pattern that we're going to see. We're in a trough, more or less, where air is going to keep coming down here out of the Canadian prairie. And for the most part, that's cold, except for, get rid of those lines here at the very end, here around the 15th, you'll see that warm air that could be potentially a nice feature for us later next week. This model, that far out, maybe not the most trustful, but something to maybe get our hopes up for a little bit if you're tired of the cold. Anyway, that's just a quick look at our upcoming weather. Thanks for watching. This is The Weathershed. I'm Clarence Smith. I've noticed YouTube isn't showing these videos to a lot of folks until 1 to 3 days after the fact, which really negates the purpose of this channel because you want weather and timely information. So I would encourage you, not just for my benefit, but for your benefit more than anything, to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.